All right. Well, I've also got a little seggy for this week.
Yeah.
So you remember last week we talked about getting our magical education, and we talked about the Grey School, which is like this weird online wizarding school where you can do courses.
Yeah.
And it's go back and listen to last week's episode if this doesn't make any sense to you.
Yeah.
But its founder / headmaster is a very unusual, eccentric man called...
Marches to the beat of his own drum.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
His name's Oberon Zell-Ravenheart. And I've done a bit more investigation into him this week, and I really need to bring you guys up to speed because it's fucking pretty crazy.
Yay.
So, there's a documentary about him. It's like 20 minutes long called The Wizard Oz, and it's really easy to find if anyone wants to watch it. It's pretty short. There's some crazy stuff in it. So, First and foremost, he bred unicorns.
No, he didn't.
He sold...
No, he didn't.
Well, the thing is, though, Nathan, he
not right.
couldn't have because they're not real. So he
Okay.
didn't.
I don't think he did.
He might have made bred unicorns out of bread.
He might have lied and said he did. He might have not done it and said that he did do that, but I don't think he did do that.
Or I think he might think that he did breed unicorns.
He might believe it, but that's not a defense.
It's a
Well,
donkey
you guys
with
are
a
going
hat.
to eat your words because... Well, he kind of did. So, a traditional unicorn is like a horse with a giant horn, quite majestic. But he figured out that because, he's kind of a psychopath, that if you get like young goats before their horns are fully developed and they're little buds, if you're so inclined, like if you are a psychopath, you can surgically sort of rearrange them on the skull.
No.
And so he would take like these baby goats and move their budding horns to the center of the head. And as it grows, it fuses together.
Why did he do that?
Dude. And he sold them to like Ringling's Brothers Circus.
Oh my god!
So he bred all these weird goats. You can see it's in the documentary.
I
I've
don't want to
seen
see
them.
it.
They're terrifying. And goats are like a weird looking animal. Like they're not majestic. They're the really ugly like bear ones. Like but they've got this giant
The listener can't
horn.
see, but Nathan just put his eyes to the back of his head and stuck his teeth out.
I encourage everyone just type in Oberon Zell-Ravenheart unicorns and just see. Look at the images. It's fucking
But
really
why is it
scary.
okay? Hold on, I got a couple questions, which I don't know. I don't want to jump the gun
I'll do
here,
my
but
best to clear them up.
So, as you said at the start, there, unicorns typically more equine rather than goats, and so that's seems to be inconsistent. But then also, what was he do? If he thinks that there's magic in the world and that unicorns exist, why does he have to do this sort of
the heavy lifting,
fucking Mary Shelley-esque like fucking
surgery
experiments in his backyard?
Look, good question, but I think that's partly answered by the fact that he sold like a lot of them to the circus. And
so
there's
it's for
footage
profit.
in the documentary of these like rednecks being like, I never thought I'd see a unicorn before. And they're like, but it's just a goat. It's a mangled goat. So anyway, this is also crazy. He made so much money from selling the unicorns that he was like, well, we should do more magic shit. And one of the things that they go into in the documentary is they decided they want to like track down the origins of these like mythical creatures, and like he thinks there's like a seed of truth to all the legends. He wants to track them down.
But you
even though
moved the horns on the head. What are you talking about?
He should know better than anyone that they're not magical because he did it.
yeah, fair point. But anyway, his work led him to this remote island off Papua New Guinea where the local people had this legend about mermaids, basically, like mermaid spottings.
Right.
So he assembled this crack team of like fuckwits or whatever.
Do you mean cracked team?
Cracked
team on crack.
He assembled a cracked team, and so he goes to this remote island and talks to some of the natives. And apparently, like one day they're on a fishing boat and they see like this tail, and it looks like a mermaid's tail bobbing out of the ocean. So they go and catch this creature, and it's just like a manatee. But in the local language, like the word for manatee is like fish woman. And he actually gets to the bottom of the legend. So this is quite interesting. The reason the local people were calling it a mermaid or fish woman is because when fishermen caught manatees, they used to drag it on shore and all fuck it.
What?
That is not true.
So it's 100. Well, it's in the documentary. I don't know how true it is.
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna have to just rewind.
And he was like,
there.
"Yeah,
Why
I was
did they do
really
that?
disappointed to find out that mermaids weren't real. These people were just fucking manatees."
Just this horrid act.
Yeah, you
So
can't
they
just
kill a manatee and then they all have sex with it.
So crazy.
And you can't
Jesus
just fuck
Christ.
something into being magic. You know, you can't fuck magic into a manatee.
Nah.
You've just fucked a manatee.
So yeah, I encourage everyone to. It's only like 20 minutes long if you want to know what the fuck I'm talking about.
It sounds
I
fucking
realize
disturbing.
This is unusual. It's a bit out there, but yeah, fuck. So, in light of all of that, I decided we really need to get in contact with this guy and pursue our magical education, because like we can learn so much from this dude. And
True.
I don't know if I told you last week. On the website for his weird school, there's all these forums, but I couldn't get into them. So I needed to find another way to contact him. And luckily I found an email address.
Oh.
So I'm happy to report that I've made an approach.
Any response yet?
No response as yet, but that could be explained by the content of my email.
Okay. Do you psychopath?
Well, Andrew, so we are dealing with potentially a dangerous person. So I wanted to protect our anonymity, but also needed to tell
use
him...
the correct term.
Anonymity, yeah, quite. But also, he'd be interested in what we're up to. Like, this is good shit as well. This is the kind of thing he would do. The review of Harry Potter or whatever we're doing. So, I used the pseudonym Spunkus Reevesby, obviously, to make the initial contact.
Make the approach, yeah.
I was gonna call Andrew Drewbite, but then I thought he'll find you on Twitter. Like,
Yeah, I'm famous on Twitter.
so famous on Twitter. So, you're Robot Pattinson.
That is good.
And
awesome.
Reardon, I changed your name to Reardon Lee, so Reardon instead of I. So I think we're all pretty
That's
safe.
funny.
And I'll read you my email to him now.
Please.
I will say, this man would have seen some weird shit in his life, but I reckon this is as weird as anything he's come across. So this is what we've sent him so far. Dear Headmaster, Spunkus is me name, Spunkus Reevesby. I hope this message finds you well, and trust everyone at the Grey School is practicing good social distancing. I'll try and keep this brief as I realise you're a very busy man, but I've been a huge admirer of yours since watching the Wizard Oz documentary, and put simply, your work is nothing short of Dumbledorian. I hope you don't mind me saying this, but your unicorns are among the most stunning creatures I've ever seen. Gazing upon them, I felt a sudden surge of power, like I was staring into the eyes of the Almighty, and for a split second I could have sworn I myself was a unicorn. Can you imagine? Me, Spunkus the unicorn. Ha ha ha. Galloping through meadows, eating maize and straw, and brandishing my mighty horn. Oh, Headmaster, how the mind does wander in the twilight hours. Whatever that means. Anyway, the reason for my email is I'm most intrigued by your courses in magical education at the Grey School. I myself am something of a magical scholar. Along with my colleagues Robot Pattinson and Reardon Lee,
Come on.
I've been conducting the world's most comprehensive analysis of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And after 66 weeks of painstaking research, we're now at the part where Harry buys a wand. As you can imagine, this has been no walk in the park, Headmaster. But put in the effort, and the rewards are obvious. And indeed, our results have been nothing short of astounding. Which brings me to the point of my communication. I wish to propose a magical collaboration between our two learned institutes, as we have uncovered several shocking clues that we believe only you can help us solve. Alas, I fear I may be speaking out of turn, dear headmaster, as us Reevesbys are prone to do. My father, for example, once spoke out of turn. Oh, how we're cursed to forever repeat the past. 1,000 apologies. I'm truly ashamed. It's nearly time. Yet, if you'll forgive my foolhardiness, I remain confident that you and I have much to learn from one another. After all, Robot Pattinson is one of the world's foremost mathematicians, renowned the world over for his work on numbers such as 17, 22, and of course 46. Likewise, Reardon Lee is famous for working on Christian O'Connell's breakfast radio show in Melbourne, and having the phone number 0439.
No.
I honestly took that out. I didn't really say that.
Okay.
Don't worry, you're safe-ish.
Still got your name.
Just finish it off. Equally, I'm fascinated by your work on polyamory and would relish the opportunity to learn all that I can from you about it. I'm an incel by trade, but hope that one day, with your guidance, I can learn about and even master the most fantastic beast of all, woman. I humbly await your response. Magically yours, Sponkus L. Reevesby.
I'm fucking done, man.
No.
So we'll just wait to hear back from you on that one. But I think that's I've baited the hook, and I've now we just got to wait for him to bite.